She said she was done, she said she had moved on, she became the face of knowing your worth. But now, Lydia Wanjiru is trending once again, and this time, it's all for the wrong reasons. The internet went into full meltdown after Lydia Wanjiru was spotted with her ex, not in private, not low-key, but right in the public eye. First, fans noticed the two were featured on a video posted by NGC, vibing way too closely, clubbing together, all smiles, drinks in hand. And just like that, all hell broke loose. People felt betrayed, confused, and even angry. But why exactly are fans reacting this way? Is it about loyalty, image, or is there more to the story than what's on the surface? In this video, we are breaking down everything: who Lydia Wanjiru really is, the timeline of her roller coaster relationship, and how the reunion got exposed, why fans are turning against her, and whether the backlash is even fair. Grab a snack, settle in, and let's unpack the full story behind Lydia Wanjiru's most talked about decision yet. So, before we dive into the drama, let's talk about who Lydia Wanjiru is and why this story has hit such a nerve with the public. Lydia isn't just your average content creator. She's built an entire brand around self-love, healing, and empowering women to walk away from toxic relationships. With over 400k followers across social media, she's one of the few influencers who actually get praise for being real, not afraid to show her tears, her healing journey, and the raw truth behind her glow-ups. Her content hit especially hard during her public breakup last year. At the time, she didn't name names, but the hints were all there: betrayal, emotional manipulation, and being blinded by love. Fans rallied behind her. The quotes were shared, the reels went viral, and Lydia became a walking anthem for heartbreak recovery. From launching relationship advice segments to partnering with self-care brands, Lydia used her pain and turned it into a platform. That's why this new twist, getting back with the same man she warned women about, feels like a complete plot twist. People didn't just watch Lydia grow, they grew with her, which is probably why so many now feel like this reunion isn't just personal, it's personal to them too. Before the chaos, before the backlash, there was love. Lydia Wanjiru and her ex started out quietly, a low-key relationship that slowly grew into something serious. For months, fans picked up on subtle hints, shared vacations, matching captions, and those little soft launch moments that confirmed what everyone suspected. Lydia was in love. She didn't reveal much at first, but when she did, it was clear. This wasn't just a fling, it was the kind of relationship that makes you believe in second chances and romantic healing. But behind the Instagram perfection was a storm brewing. In a candid interview on Just Vibes podcast, hosted by Maureen Actress, Lydia opened up about the reasons behind their breakup. She disclosed that she received compromising photos of her ex with another woman. The woman allegedly demanded 8,000 Kenyan shillings from Lydia, threatening to leak the photos online if she didn't comply. This incident was the breaking point for Lydia, leading her to end the relationship quietly without public drama. Lydia also expressed feelings of being used, stating that her ex leveraged their relationship to gain followers on social media. Even after their breakup, he continued to share videos expressing regret, which led public speculation about their relationship status. After the breakup, Lydia focused on healing and personal growth. She became an advocate for self-love and setting boundaries, resonating with many of her followers who had experienced similar situations. For months, Lydia glowed, she was healing, posting affirmations, becoming that girl. But then came the plot twist. A video from NGC, a club night out, Lydia with the same man who tore her down, laughing, vibing, back together. For many fans, this wasn't just a relationship update. It was betrayal, not just for herself, but of them, of the entire community she had built. When news broke of Lydia Wanjiru's reunion with her ex-boyfriend, Doso, the internet erupted. Fans who once rallied behind her during her public breakup felt a sense of betrayal. One follower commented, "We stood by you when you exposed his cheating, and now you're back with him." Another wrote, "This is a slap in the face to all the women who looked up to you." Even fellow influencers weighed in. Nurse Judy criticized Lydia for encouraging women to leave toxic relationships only to return to hers. She questioned the authenticity of Lydia's advice and the message it sent to her followers. Frank Doso had previously issued a heartfelt apology, admitting to his mistakes and expressing a desire to make amends. Lydia responded by stating she would consider reconciliation if it bought her a car or land, a statement that sparked further debates. Some fans supported Lydia's stance, viewing it as a way to hold Frank accountable. Others saw it as transactional and questioned the sincerity of their reconciliations. The backlash highlights the complexities of public relationships and the expectations placed on influencers. Lydia's decision to reunite with Frank has opened up conversations about forgiveness, accountability, and the pressures of maintaining a public image. Following the public scrutiny over her reunion with Frank Doso, Lydia Wanjiru addressed her audience directly. She acknowledged the complexities of relationships and the challenges of navigating personal decisions under public observations. In a candid conversation on Just Vibes podcast with Maureen Actress, Lydia elaborated on her stance regarding infidelity. She stated that while she finds it difficult to forgive cheating, she might consider it if compensated appropriately. She emphasized that forgiveness would come at a cost, suggesting that monetary compensation could be a prerequisite for reconciliation. Lydia's perspective sparked diverse reactions. Some applauded her for setting boundaries and valuing herself, while others criticized the notion of monetizing forgiveness. Despite the mixed reactions, Lydia remained steadfast in her beliefs, highlighting the importance of self-worth and personal standards in relationships. Lydia's openness about her expectations in relationships underscores a broader conversation about self-respect and the complexities of forgiveness. As she continues to navigate her personal journey, her candidness offers insight into the evolving dynamics of modern relationships. Was it love, trauma bonding, clout, or simply the human need for closure, for redemption, or even revenge? In many ways, Lydia's journey exposes the price of public relationships, where personal decisions are put on trial and healing isn't allowed to happen quietly. But it also shows us something deeper, that relationships are always complicated, that growth isn't linear, and that sometimes even the strongest people break their own rules. As we judge and comment, it's worth remembering behind every headline, meme, and a podcast clip is a real human being trying to navigate love, pain, and self-worth just like the rest of us. So, whether Lydia and Frank stay together or go their separate ways again, their story has already started a bigger conversation, one that challenges us to think about forgiveness, standards, self-respect, and blurred lines between love and performance in a digital world. If you watched to this point, thank you. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Lydia made the right decision? Would you ever take back someone who cheated and broke your trust? And do you agree with her condition that forgiveness comes with payment? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because here we talk about the real, the raw, and the trending. This is Fame Extra, where we break down the stories that break the internet.